Hello guys and girls, today we're checking out the Hotone Ampero Stomp II. Let's go! So, as far as the features, we have 12 simultaneously effect module in the chain, so there are 15 slots in the chain, but you can only have 12 simultaneous effects. There is a reamp function, there is a two effect chain that you can route in serial and in parallel. There are 20 Celestion IRs plus 50 custom slots where you can load your own IRs. There are 87 amps, 68 caps and 100 plus pedals. There is a 60-second looper, a tuner, MIDI send and return and a stereo in and out. There is also a headphone out, 100 banks of presets per 3 patches, 127 decibels of digital to analog dynamic range. There is a MIDI in and out and an expression pedal in, USB plus the software that you can download from their website. So now I'm gonna play it with you. I will show you some of the sound that I used in the intro song and some of the patches that I created, and then I'm gonna show you how to create a patch. Let's go! So let's check out some of the sound. I created 3 presets that I will use live. It's a setup similar to the one I have at home, so it's a JCM 800 amp. So let's see the chain. I have a compressor on, and the first 3 pedals that you have can be controlled by the foot switches. So as you can see, I can turn this on, and so that is the compressor. This is the chorus, and this is I think a vibrato. Yeah, signed. So this is the first preset, and yes, the amp is Marshall GCM 800. And the IR, I chose the G1265 4x12, so a Jubilee 4x12, something like that. So it's pretty similar to the sound that I have at home, should be. So this is the clean sound without any effects. As you can see, these are turned off. This is the compressor, one of the compressor included, without. Here's the chorus. So this patch that I created is set up as a rhythm sound. Let's hear the big muff. hear it with humbuckers then. This is with the boost on. This is the lead sound that I created with the same amp, same settings, a little bit more high end, and I'm hitting the amp with a tube screamer style overdrive, and this is the sound. Let's hear some of the other presets that I created, and then we're gonna create a preset ourselves. So this is the preset, one of the presets that I used in the intro song. So it's the clean part, and it's based on a deluxe reverb amp with the integrated cab. So this is the sound that I used for the intro. Then I went for the JCM 800 rhythm that we have already seen. And this is the mezza. Okay, so we're gonna create a new, I'm starting from scratch, so I selected an empty patch and we're gonna edit and save it. So I'm gonna show you how easy it is. You can use the touchscreen, of course. You can use the knobs. This is the volume, to general volume to set. So we can go into this patch, which is empty, as you can see, and we can go into edit. This is the chain that we have, and we can press on these boxes to add elements in this chain. So we're gonna try with an amp. Go for the amp. I'm gonna go for the gain, or maybe a drive. We can go for Marshall 50 jump. And here, as you can see, we can set the amp, the output, bass, middle, and volumes. So we can set the output to be around 80. Leave the other things at noon, and then we're gonna add, and yeah, we're gonna go into, we can go both into cabs. These are the cabs provided by Hotone, but I much prefer the Celestine ones, so I'm gonna straight with them. We're gonna choose maybe a 4x12, I think, or a V30, I don't know. Let's go for the Celestine green 4x12, yeah, or V30, yeah, V30. Okay, this is the sound that we have. Just this in the chain. We can also add some pedals in the front. So as you can see, we can go into the chain again and select, for example, drive. And we can go for fuzz, face. And if you put them in the first 3 patches, you can turn them on and off with the switch. So you have the possibility of saving this. I'm gonna save it, save the patch. So we can give it a name. I'm gonna give it Marshall. Oh, sorry. I can't. Okay. And this is saved. This is the stomp mode. And in the stomp mode, I can turn on. Turn on and off the single pedals, or I can go in the stomp patch, the patch mode. So in the patch mode, I have for each number patch the 3 options. So if I go for the first one, now it's the tweed that I created before. The second one is a bass amp that I created. The third one is the Marshall 50 that we just created. And this is the same thing that you can do, and you can go up and down with the banks by pressing these 2 together. As you can see, you can go 95, 96, 97, and this is the one that we want. So like in the one that I created before, as you can see, this is the clean JCM, this is the rhythm, and this is the lead. So I think in a live setting, this is the most useful feature, because other than turning on a single pedals, you're probably gonna create your different sounds for each song, for each section of the song, saving them as a patch, and then just switching between them in a very easy way. And by the way, you can totally go back into stomp mode and edit all these ones. So the clean one doesn't have any effects turned on right now, but I can turn them on if I go into stomp mode. Let's hear some more sounds. This is Vox sound that I created. So, you've heard the demos. it's impossible for me to show you all the amps, all the pedals. It's gonna be a very long video, but the bottom line is I like some of the simulation of the amps, I like most of the pedals, but I am not particularly impressed by the quality of the amps especially, and the IRs. The cab IRs that provided by Ampero are not that great, and I don't like some of the amps. So let's go for a pro and cons. The pros are that stomp mode and patch mode are awesome because you can use it like if you had a pedal board, or with the patch mode just with the presets, so it's much easier to control live. The Celestion IRs are very good IRs. The touch interface makes it easier to control, although the interface itself is not that intuitive. The lock function locks the interface so that in a live situation you don't accidentally change anything. The color-coded light switches give you a hint on the kind of pedal that you turned on if you don't remember it, and also because the screen is quite small you can't really see from a distance what you're doing, so the light gives you a hint of what type of pedal you have on, if it's a drive, if it's a modulation effect. Now let's go for the cons. Mostly the cons is compared to the NUX MG30 that I recently reviewed, that was much easier to see what you were doing, even though it didn't have a touchscreen, but the interface was clear. The pedal in the amps had clear names and much more understandable names of what they were emulating, and there was also an image. In this there's no image, so you only rely on the name of the patch of the simulation of the amp, and some of them are quite difficult to understand, especially for a beginner. Some amp simulation I really didn't like them, so for example the deluxe reverb I used in the intro, I used it on purpose because I wanted to let you know how it sounded in the mix, and I think it sounded not really good both alone and in a mix. I'm sorry, I don't think it's a great emulation of the deluxe reverb, but I really liked the JCM 800, so I think it depends on the amp that you're emulating, and you really need to try it to see if the amps that you want to use are okay or not. But yeah, not all of them sound the same. There is no included foot switch or pedals like they were in the NUX. And so the bottom line is the sounds are not really better than the NUX MG30 that I reviewed, which is cheaper by the way. That includes a foot switch, external foot switch to control, so you have a similar configuration like this one, these three independent switches. The NUX includes also an expression pedal, which is not the best expression pedal in the world, but still it is one, so you have the wah, you have your volume control. Here you need to buy an external one, and so the prices keep getting higher and higher, and you're probably getting in the realm of a Helix then. I think this tool is mostly intended for live use, where your audience doesn't really care about the sound of the subtle nuances between a simulation of an amp and the real amp, and the patch mode makes it very easy to use live. So I think this is mostly a live tool. I will not recommend it if you wanna just play at home, just use it for your sound and especially for recording, because I think there are much better options out there, including the NUX. I think the NUX MG30 is a much better product. It's a good product, but I think instead of doing 87 amps, 68 cabs, just give me 5, 6 cabs, 10 amps, and make them as good as you can. If you try to go for the numbers, you're probably gonna skip on the quality. That's it. So let me know in the comments what you think about this Ampero Stomp, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. See ya!